Hi, I'm Jason Inman.
And I'm Ashley Victoria Robinson.
Welcome to DCTV Recap, the show where we talk about the DCTV shows on the CW. Now, I got to announce that this show is going through a little bit of a change because we have reviewed Black Lightning separately. We have reviewed Supergirl separately. We have reviewed Flash separately. We have reviewed Arrow separately. And guess what? That's the way it's gonna be until we basically run out of steam and exhaust ourselves.
That's crazy talk.
But so DCTV is gonna become the question and answer session. So on each DCTV video, if the next week you want us to answer your question, you need to go down in the comments and leave us an amazing question, because this is gonna become the show where we're able to have a conversation about DCTV. So the better your questions, the better the show. So if you want us to answer your questions next week, get down there in the comments. Start talking about them. Now, before we get to those questions, we got to make an announcement, Ashley. I don't know if you've ever heard of one of my favorite cons of the entire year, Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City. You heard about that?
I have heard about it.
Well, we have an announcement because we will both be at Planet Comic-Con from February 16th to the 18th this year in Kansas City, Missouri. They are bringing me as a guest. They're allowing me to bring Ashley and my carry-on luggage.
That's right.
And we're going to be doing like a live geek history lesson. We will have a table on the con floor. We'll be selling Jupiter Jet there. And I want to meet every one of you that are in the Midwest. If you're anywhere near the Midwest, if you can look and you can see Kansas City, then I want you to come to Planet Comic-Con, because it was a con that I used to go to as a fan. In fact, fun story here. I went to Planet Comic-Con right before I moved out here to Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. And that year, they had Kevin Smith, they had Phil Hester, and they had Andy Parks. And I had it as a goal to get them to all three sign Quiver. And I got it.
I was going to say, and they did.
I still have it. So, February 16th to 18th, we will be there at Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City, Missouri. So please come out. Please come see us. Please get a signed copy of Jupiter Jet.
Yeah.
And we want to see you there. All right, so enough of this jibba-jabba. Let's move on into some comments from you. The first question comes from Joshua D. Hi, Jawiin. I really like your guys' channel. My question for you guys is that do you think we will see Sara return on Arrow and have a big role in reforming Black Siren? We never got Black Siren White Canary scenes in the crossover because Black Siren wasn't in it, and I'm hoping that they did that because they're saving it for Sara to come on to Arrow for an episode 2. I would really like to get your guys' thoughts on this. I think this is a very interesting question because you and I both are big proponents of Sara eventually returning to Arrow, because we're assuming that Legends is going to end before Arrow. That might be completely untrue. But let's answer his question, and then let's have some general White Canary talk in general DCTV. First question, do you think they're going to have Sara somehow be involved with the Black Siren storyline? I'm
going to be honest, I hope not. Because I don't like Black Siren very much, and I don't want to give her an excuse to show up anymore. I don't think so. I do think that Black Siren will be rehabbed, because I do think that Arrow is going to end with Laurel and Oliver together.
Interesting.
I do think that. And I think Oliver is going to be a big part of rehabbing her, and I think that's going to bring some new tension into the Olicity relationship, even though they're married, because they're only allowed to be happy for like maybe 4 or 5 episodes before they have to fight and break up again. So we're about due for that. I have a reason why I think Sara will return.
Let's hear it.
I think if you listen to Geek History Lesson,
our podcast on iTunes.
That's right.
Shameless plug.
There you go. We do have an upcoming episode on Vigilante that Jason teaches. That's really awesome. And there's something in there that I think is going to affect the larger Arrowverse. And I actually think that Sarah's going to show up to try and rehab that.
Oh.
But since that episode hasn't aired yet, I don't want to spoil it too much.
Yeah.
We'll go more into it on the Arrow show as it progresses.
If you've read any of the Vigilante comic books, you can figure it out.
You can. But I actually think that White Canary is going to be reintegrated into Arrow, either as a recurring guest star or maybe in a full-time capacity, depending on what happens with Legends, based on what's going to happen with the Vigilante storyline. But I do think either way, she's coming back at some point.
I do agree with you, but I got to say that I think Joshua has an excellent point, and it's something I never considered, because I consider Black Siren, is going to be rehabbed by Lance. Also, interesting enough, this week, Stephen Amell at a convention said that Olicity is where Arrow was always meant to go. Now, I think he's just saying that because maybe he likes the actor Emily Bett Rickards maybe more than Katie Cassidy. I don't know.
I think if you watched the first season of the show, you could tell that is a lie. But it's a nice statement.
Anyways, back to Sara. I think that's an interesting idea to create drama on the show to bring her back, because it would be interesting to see Sarah's reaction to Black Siren, but I think Sarah's gonna. I think Legends is gonna keep Sara there. I don't think Sarah's coming over this season.
I mean, she's the lead of the show.
Yeah.
So
I don't think she's coming up. But I am with you. We've said it in multiple places. I think Sarah's so intrinsically an Arrow character that every time we see her and Oliver in a scene in the crossovers,
awesome.
It reminds you of the old days. You're like, oh my God, I miss this. I miss their relationship. They're island bros. So I do hope that, somehow Sara does come back to Arrow some way, even if it's for a little tiny 3-episode arc. I do miss her on that show, and she does bring something very important. Because I do think that Oliver needs a strong lady that can kick ass, that has a personal connection to him. And right now he doesn't have that on the show.
He doesn't have any female character that he honestly views as an equal.
Yes.
And that's maybe a little unearned, because Dinah is a very capable character, but
he doesn't have no personal connection to
Dinah. He doesn't,
and
he does with Sara, and she was always sort of the best character for that.
All right, next question. Justin is a square. I doubt that's true, Justin. He asks,
Tape to be square.
How do you think Earth 2's Jason and Ashley's Gotham recap show is going?
That's an amazing question.
I love this question.
I really love that.
All right, so how are Jason and Ashley's Earth 2 Gotham recap show going?
Who's the guy who plays Thomas Wayne, who's also Negan?
Jeffrey Dean. Oh, you know what? Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I think that we are really enjoying Jeffrey Dean Morgan's performance as Alfred on that show. And I think the female casting of Bruce Wayne perplexes us, but we also enjoy it.
I was going to say, if this is truly the Earth 2 show of Gotham, that means on Gotham, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is not Alfred, he's Batman.
Well, yeah.
And Batman's actually on the show.
And I guess...
and the show's about Batman.
I guess Gordon is played by the other boy from the OC, the guy with the black hair. I never watched the OC. Sorry, guys. Instead of Ben McKenzie, and he's probably not as good.
Earth 2, Jason and Ashley's Gotham recap show is going fine because they love the show, but it's also very short because they do all their YouTube videos in 30 seconds.
Ooh.
So if we're going opposites here. Also, Jason has...
no beard.
No beard.
Yeah, and Ashley has long hair.
Yeah, and Ashley has very long hair or a mohawk.
If someone wants to draw that, that'd be great.
Well, that's going to come up a little bit later.
Oh,
so
look at that.
All right. Next question is Mohammed Hafiz asks, how would you guys like Johnny Quick in The Flash season 4 or season 5? I want to take this one really quick.
Okay.
I'm going to say very shortly no, because we've already gotten Jesse Quick. And I feel Jesse Quick is the best representation of the Johnny Quick idea. If you don't know who Johnny Quick is a Flash character, Golden Age Flash character, where he says a mathematical formula and then he gets speed powers. And I think Jesse's the answer to this. Jesse's father is Harrison Wells, or Harry Wells, as they prove this. I don't think we might get Johnny Quick as a nice little joke.
Yeah.
But I don't think we see Johnny Quick. Do you agree?
I agree. I'd rather see more Jesse Quick.
Yes, me too.
And if we are going to get another male speedster, or another speedster at all, because Flash really doesn't need more than one or maybe two.
They already have too many speedsters.
I would rather see a character like Max Mercury or someone who we've teased and never seen before.
Max Mercury's a good choice. All right, let's go to the next question. Michael Gregory asks, what show, DCTV show, do you think Jupiter Jet would fit the best on?
I think that's a super easy question, and I think it has to be Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Part of that is me knowing the larger world of Jupiter Jet and what's going to happen with her.
I mean, we know the ending, guys.
So hopefully that's a tease that's going to make you want to read or keep reading it. But I think that's the dynamic where she would fit best. I think she would idolize a character like Supergirl, but I just don't know if she's capable enough of facing Kryptonian level villains.
No.
Because she's a little girl with a jetpack.
She's 16.
But I do think that in Legends she could find her place, and I think that Legends handles time displaced characters the best, and that's what she would be.
She would fit the best on Legends. She's from Earth 2 if you put her in the Arrowverse, because that like is sort of steampunk.
Yeah, that's
she's
true.
on Earth 2.
Yeah.
Is where she's gonna be.
It's too bad they just got rid of Jax because I think she would really like Jax.
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
think they could be buds.
She would like Jax a lot. But yeah, I think it's easily Legends because I think she would be so impressed by Sarah.
She would love
She
Sarah,
would be so blown away by Sarah. And then I hate to say it, she actually would, and you're gonna hate this. She'd have a crush on Ray. Because Ray,
because he's a scientist.
Because he's a scientist and he's so smart, and he would remind her of her dad.
Yeah, she would like hero worship.
Yeah. And that like also leads into that Jupiter Jet issue 2 is out in comic book stores today. And it's on Comixology, so that's a great question. So go check that out, guys. Thank you, Michael, for that question.
Thank you.
Another question comes from I'm gonna guess this name is Letray. Do you think Malice in Legends of Tomorrow is one of the dead Time Masters? Maybe his spirit creates a time loop like Savitar or The Flash Season 3. I gotta say, that is an interesting idea because I honestly right now have no theories or predictions about who Malice is besides my weird and crazy Imperiex theory.
Yeah.
But that's more because I want that Superman villain in one of these shows. That's an interesting idea. What do you think, Ashley?
I had never considered that before, and I would really like it if that were the case, because the Time Masters are something that
we forgot in Season 1, yeah, basically.
We have, and they were this really cool organization, and now Rip has created, like, the pseudo-Time Masters over here. So a return to that classic weird Time Lord Doctor Who thing, I think would be really cool for the show and really appropriately like sci-fi, but like a snake eating its own tail thing. I would love for that to happen. Do I think that's likely? I have no goddamn idea what's happening with Malice. I like.
I don't know, but you know, it would be cool if Malice is revealed to be sort of imagine a Rip Hunter gone too far. So the idea is, I'm going to bring up this idea from the Green Lantern Corps in the comic books. In the Green Lantern Corps, there was this guardian called Krona, and Krona was obsessed with going back to the creation of the universe. And when he did go back to the creation of the universe, he saw this big blue hand coming in and mucking up things. Yeah. Now, the idea is that like it's the creator, or it's now been sort of retconned that maybe that's Dr. Manhattan. But he saw this, and it's the idea that you're not supposed to see this, and he went mad.
Yeah.
Now, it would be interesting if there's some sort, or you could even steal that idea for there's some other Time Master that tried to do something, tried to muck up the stream, and it made him become non-corporeal and go crazy. So he's the opposite of Rip. So you have these running parallel tracks of like, this is what happens when you go too far, Rip, and this is Rip.
Just make it Rip's wife so that we can address that storyline again too.
Oh, she's dead. She got killed by Vandal, though.
Yeah, but who knows? There's so many timelines.
I think it's going too far. But I think you could make it like maybe a mentor of Rip or something like. Yeah. I think Latree, if that's how you say it, excuse me. That's a great idea, and to be honest with you, that's the best theory for Malice I've heard.
I agree.
And I really like it because of the story possibilities it creates.
Yeah.
All right, now, this week, we're going to introduce something new. We also have some real mail because we want you guys to send us stuff, artwork, fun knickknacks. Send them. We'll open them up. If you want to send us something, you need to send it to Jason Inman or Jawiin, P.O. Box 16429, Encino, California, 91416. Now, that address will also be in the description below. We got some snail mail today. We got a couple of boxes from Jason Burning. He is at Big J Customs. Go check him out. He does a lot of custom, like, pop figures and stuff like that.
They're amazing.
And they're really cool. He usually wrote this note to open them up on camera for the best reaction. So, Ashley, why don't you go ahead and open up yours.
Okay.
And we'll see what is inside.
I got me!
It is a YouTube.
Oh my God. I got knocked out.
Oh, I wonder what you're wearing.
I'm gonna open it though. Sorry guys, but even the box is custom.
It's custom
I'm wearing
printed.
a Jupiter Jet shirt.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, that is
and
cool.
Look, show the camera. So
Sorry.
So they
On
go.
the back, there's a really cool graphic of a bunch of other cool YouTuber type people like Happy Cool, Star Wars Explained, and Chris Stuckman, and you can see all.
Oh, and I got me too. I'm gonna assume this is a Riker head. I don't know if it is.
I'm
or not.
opening the box,
but
guys.
But look, he custom printed
the box.
No, my logo. of my head onto my shirt. And you have a Jupiter Jet shirt as well?
I think so.
But this is cool. Yeah, we have Chris
This
Stuckman,
is so
Star Wars
amazing.
Explained. The happy cool people are in the back. Here's a better picture of us as a pop.
Oh yeah, I have a Jupiter Jet
You have
shirt
a-
on.
Oh, it's the logo.
That's so
Wow,
cool.
Jason Vernon, thank you so much. Bernie, excuse me. Thank you so much for these. These
Oh my
are
God.
amazing. So, our address is in the box or in the description below. So if you want to send us something, but man, these are really, really, really cool. Before we go, I found Jason actually sent us a letter in his box. He says, "Hello, my favorite YouTubers. I've been an avid YouTube watcher for a few years now, and your channels have been by far my favorites. I've always been a huge television and movie fan, but not many of my friends shared the same taste. So when I found people with similar tastes, I was thrilled. And ever since, I've always turned to my favorite YouTubers. Thank you. And I wanted to hear another opinion on something I just watched and looking for suggestions. As I have spent countless hours watching your channels, I have noticed your backgrounds are so full with awesome collectibles. So I figured what would fit better than a collectible version of yourselves. So I made you some. Now, he has an extra bonus. If you think these pops are cool, he says, to my fellow fans of your channels, I am offering 20% off on all orders on my Etsy page. All you have to do, you guys are going to want to remember this, all you have to do is enter the code YouTube at checkout. You use YouTube and you receive 20% all items. Now, he is Big J Customs. You can also find him at Big J _customs on Twitter. Guys, I would totally use that code because these figures are amazing. We've been talking about rearranging the set recently, so these are definitely going to join the set. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you.
So go down to the comments and leave us an amazing question for next week, and while you're down there, click subscribe.
And for more cool geeky videos, why not click on one of the ones popping up on the screen?
We'll see you tomorrow for an Arrow review, my friends.